Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I want to make another video in the story time series, which you can check out the full playlist here from the beginning. But basically, it's quite a intense story, but it turned out very well. So all in all, it could have been way worse. And I guess I want to tell this story in the hopes that somebody could learn from it, in the hopes that somebody who was in my position could just change their behavior a little bit, because sometimes you can kind of feel invincible on a bike, and you can feel like you're never going to get injured. Cars just stop for you all the time, but it's not always the case. This was in my first semester of university at Concordia University here in Montreal, and so I basically live near the top of the mountain, Montreal. So I was going to Loyola campus, and if you've done the ride from this area, it's mostly downhill, right? So I was running late for class, right? So my class started at 11:45 is what I thought. I guess I was just flustered that morning. I didn't sleep well, and I was still getting grips on the schedule, but I just really thought it started at 11:45. So I left the house at around 11:30. I just had an egg salad sandwich, just made a quick breakfast, and headed out the door. I was super late. Like I said, I left 15 minutes before my class started. So at this point, I was just sending it down the hill, really trying to make it for class. Like, I really wanted to get there on time. I didn't want to, be perceived as, the kid who comes in late. I guess I wanted to, maintain a good reputation, kind of connected to people pleasing. But, in the end, it doesn't really matter if you're a bit late. Like, maybe your professor will, think badly of you if you do it many times, but things happen. It's not a big deal if you're late now and then, right? Obviously, you should make the habits to avoid that if you want to succeed as much as you can. But at the same time, it's not the end of the world, So there I was, going down this steep road like this. Very small streets with stop signs at every stop, right? But this time of day, there were barely any cars on the road. I was just going down this steep street, and I skipped one stop sign. It wasn't even that I was unaware of my surroundings. I just sort of felt invincible. Like, I just thought that I could get away with it, So basically what happened was I got to Rue Victoria and Lacombe, these cross streets, and I saw to my far right a car, in the corner of my eye that was just coming along. And I just, in my delusion, I just really thought that I could get there. I could make it. I could just quickly cross the street before the car, just zip by, and there I would avoid this pretty big street where, maybe I would spend 2 minutes waiting there. And I just, like I said, I just really wanted to get to class on time. And it's kind of an unhealthy thing, because obviously, sure, it's stressful to walk into the class late. It's not something you want to do, but at the same time, it's not always something you can avoid. You just got to accept it. Life goes on. Nobody cares that much, So I sort of had a model of the situation in my mind. So I was going down the street. I saw this car slowly coming across the street as I was going down, and then I just thought that I could make it. So I just sent it across a red light in a completely perpendicular fashion. So I was going quite fast as well. The car just fully slammed into me. I couldn't say with certainty how fast the car was going. I would say around 30 or 40 kilometers. In any case, it was quite fast. It didn't stop for me. It was not thinking that it had to stop for me, because I was in the wrong. I was, biking across the street in this illegal manner when it wasn't my turn. And so it was totally on me. It was my fault. And if I did get more severely injured, it would have been my fault, 100%. So that's the other thing, is like, you need to be responsible for your actions when you're biking. And it was definitely a learning lesson. But what happened? So the car slammed into me, and it just felt like eternity in my mind. This, maybe 2 seconds, or maybe it was 1 second around while I was in the air. But I just remember spinning in the air. I think I did a full 360 spin. It's very, very slow motion. And all of a sudden, I just landed first on my hands like this, and then my legs came down behind me, a bit like a dolphin dive. So I landed on my elbows here, and I got some pretty significant scrapes, and there was no significant injury to my knees. It was almost miraculous in a way. So there I was. I span out of the car, landed first like this, my legs landed. Then I just got up, and somehow the bike didn't get destroyed either. The bike kind of just got flung sideways as well. I guess it was the trajectory that my bike was going. It just continued and avoided getting crushed, like me as well. Now, this is the funny part of the story that made it really, really memorable as well. A Filipino man was driving the car, and he was obviously just shocked at what had happened. Just this rogue biker had just intruded his way into the street and got hit. So what happened next was the Filipina lady walked out of the car, and the first thing I said, I was like, that was my bad, like, I just thought I could make it. I was in the wrong totally, like, we don't need to call the police, I'm totally fine, like, somehow I'm totally fine, I feel fine, I just need to go to class. She was like, are you sure you're okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm sure. And she was like, that was really stupid. Something like, you're gonna get yourself killed if you keep doing that. Then all of a sudden, she, with her hands, she grabbed my shoulders and she said, may the blood of Jesus Christ protect this young man on his journey. And I was just kind of shocked. And I was like, thanks. Obviously, Filipino people are quite religious, and there's lots of them in Montreal. They're Catholics. It was kind of sweet, obviously, that she said something so caring and so genuine, and it wasn't like an angry thing. It was like, I genuinely want this person to be protected, to act in a way that will lead to them not getting seriously injured in the future. I remember just having this deep feeling that, like, I got away with it, like, not in a like oh, I got away with it, but it was almost like miraculous. I was being really stupid. I could have got a serious injury, like something really, really bad could have happened. Yet it didn't. And there I was, biking freely on the way to school. I remember just feeling really elated, almost ecstatic. And I was just, wow, like, I made it, like, that. Unbelievable. Not in a way that this was like a sign from the universe or from God or anything like that, but just, wow, like, I got away with that. That could have been bad, and it wasn't, and I should be grateful. Definitely a learning experience. I arrived at Loyola campus, and I walked along the hallways. I remember just thinking, what a day, what a thing to have happened. And I was about 10 minutes late for my class, so I just walked. Walked down the hallway, and the classroom was to the left. And I just entered the classroom. Nobody there. Completely empty. And I realized that the class, in the end, wasn't at 11:45. It was actually at 12:45. So the entire thing had been for nothing. I guess all in all, I just want this to be a learning experience that, like, you don't need to rush for things. Your safety and health is always more important than what other people think. Even learning, even failing university, like, what good is a university degree going to be when you're seriously injured or you get a severe concussion? Like, life goes on either way. Don't risk your health for anything that is secondary to your health. And so after that, I just walked, I sat on a bench. They have a nice courtyard with grass on the campus, so I just sat at this bench, and I remember I was almost laughing a bit deliriously. I was like, wow, I pulled through by the skin of my teeth. Like, that could have been bad. And definitely after that, I've been much safer biking. Just jeopardizing my health and safety for that is, it's just a terrible decision by every account. And also just thinking you can get away with it, like thinking, oh, I could squeeze through the traffic light here. I could just get through, then I'll just be on my way, It's like, no, they exist for a reason. Cars are allowed to go. You gotta wait. And that's what it comes down to. So I just wanted to share that story in the hopes that somebody listening who maybe could empathize with my situation, or when you're going to school and it's stressful and you're just worried about being late and the judgment that might entail, just calm down, take a deep breath, and make good decisions, because that's what's most important. You gotta prioritize your safety, and that's about it. So with that being said, I want to say thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time on Onwards and Upwards.
Like, subscribe and share. Click on. Do like, subscribe and share this video towards your family, friends and everything. Go, hit the like button.